Hi, I'm Dave with Mantis 3D Printer, and today we're going to show you the initial unboxing for your printer. Let's go ahead and take a look. After you get your printer out of the box, you're going to see that everything has been wrapped to the bed itself. So we're going to go ahead and start there. For this step, you'll just need a pair of scissors. So you can go ahead and cut the saran wrap off of that portion of your bed. And now you can remove the individual elements that are inside of here. The box that's located on the right-hand side of the printer is going to be your power supply. The soft packed section here is going to include two things. Your purge bucket, which is going to get slid right onto that section of your printer, and then your spool holder, which I'll show you this in a moment, but it's going to go onto the back of the printer. Next thing is your user manual. We partnered with a local company called Mike and Ike's because we like candy, and free candy is never a bad thing, so there's free candy. And now at this point, in order to get your filament out from underneath your bed, you're going to lift from the metal bar on the back. Just gently pull up, and then you'll be able to slide your filament out completely as well. Alright, so let's take a look at each one of these things. The 3D printer user manual has a ton of great information in it, and you can go through that, at your leisure. I will cover everything that's inside of this user manual for the most part now, but yeah, you can always use that as a reference. Alright, so here is the power supply for the Mantis. Same as any standard brick, you're going to plug it in like that, plug that into an outlet, and plug this into the back of your printer with the flat side facing up. Here's your roll of filament. You can take a knife and open that carefully on the bottom. Inside of this box are a couple of things that you don't need. This overture plate you can throw away. The ruler you can throw away. And this you can throw away. Your filament is individually packed inside of a bag. And if you carefully tear the top of this bag, you can actually open it and it'll be resealable. So anytime that your filament is going to sit on your printer for 3 or 4 days without actually being used, we do recommend that you put it into a dry bag. There is a desiccant packet on the inside to keep the moisture low, so you can store that just like that. And then when you need to store your filament, if you're not going to be using it, that's an excellent place to keep it. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at how to get the spool on the back of the Mantis and to get the filament loaded into the Mantis as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you how to get the filament loaded into your Mantis. This is your spool holder here, which we took out of the package in the front. That just gets slid directly into the notch on the back of the Mantis. The way that your filament will come packed is with a piece that has been threaded through the side of the spool. We're going to go ahead and cut that off. Okay. Then you can load your filament onto the back of the printer. It loads from the bottom up, so make sure that when it's rolling, that is the way that it's going. It's not coming off the top and up in. Don't worry about whichever side the sticker is on. Sometimes they roll these so that the sticker will be facing in, sometimes facing out, but either way is completely and totally fine. What you're going to do is pull up on the gold piece right here, thread up through the hole in the bottom, and then you're going to thread directly up into the white tube here. You're going to continue pushing that filament through until you cannot push it anymore. and right around there. And now filament is loaded into your Mantis. One thing to note is that sometimes the filament may get snagged on the way up through, this is called the Bowden tube, the white tube that goes through here. It can get snagged on the way up in there, so let me show you something to do if that is a problem for you. Alright, so there is a lip in between this piece here and this piece here where sometimes the filament can get snagged. If you bend that ever so slightly to the right, and then go up through, you can get it to slide past that lip. If for some reason this is being extra stubborn and you just can't seem to get it to come up through, you can always remove this piece, lift the filament up through this entire section, feed it into the Bowden tube, and then just put this piece back on. 99% of the time you wouldn't ever have to do that, but should that be an issue for you, which I have had that happen one time on all the printers that I've worked with, but it was just the way that I solved it, so at that point you can feed the filament straight through, just like you would have, and you're good to go. Last thing I want to show you on the back of the printer is how to plug in your power supply. Straightforward. The flat spot right there goes on top, and you just slide that in, and you're all set. Okay, so now we've got our filament loaded, our Mantis is completely unwrapped. We've just got a couple more things to look at before we go ahead and get started on our first print. The first thing that we're going to do is follow the directions on this little stop sticker right here, which you can remove. It says, please cut the orange zip ties. In this case, it's actually an orange zip tie. Sometimes there are two of them located here, but on these larger ones, it's only one. So yeah, just cut that with a pair of scissors and you can remove that. Not that there's anything else in this general vicinity to be careful of, but there are wires that are around, so please just be careful when you're cutting that out of there, that the only thing you're removing is the zip tie. And last but not least, there is just a piece of Scotch tape that covers up the tools so that they don't come loose during shipping. You can remove that as well. Alright, just to give you a quick tour of the tools that are located on the Mantis, you have 3 Allen keys and 2 screwdrivers, 1 flat and 1 Phillips. The absolute vast majority of the time you will never need to even know that these tools are here. We provide them for your convenience should you ever need to make an adjustment to anything on the Mantis, but everything has been pre-calibrated before it left the office, so you can leave those right there. And now we are ready to run the demo print on the Mantis for the very first time.